I'm pretty sure y'all have noticed that Megan is literally everywhere on the media, from the Oscar appearance to the White House, and you can tell that something about her is different. Megan did go on a hiatus from the media altogether, especially after the Tory Lanez trial. I mean, the hiatus was needed considering the hate that she was getting online. Majority of the public, men especially, didn't believe her for various reasons. But that's not what I will be discussing in this video. But what I am going to say is that some of the hate was misdirected. I mean, he was the one that had an unregistered firearm in his vehicle, so he isn't that innocent either. And the hate also stems from misogynoir. Now fast forward to the 13th of March, Megan made her first appearance at the Oscars after disappearing. She looked absolutely gorgeous, her body was snatched and her hair was top tier. And this is the first time I've seen Megan wear her hair out like that besides the Instagram pictures. Now forgive me if I got the timelines wrong, but after the Oscars we see her posing with Kamala Harris as they both celebrated Women's History Month. And of course there was mixed reviews, from comments like Megan Thee Stallion just launched a scholarship fund for women of color. She definitely needs to be a part of the White House stuff right now. We support powerful black women for real. She looks phenomenal. She's glowing, stunning. To Martin Luther King Jr. got black folks thinking that the solution to all our problems lies in those in the White House. 55 years ago, women like Lizzo, Cardi B, and Megan Thee Stallion could only be found in juke joints and brothels. Today they interview presidential candidates. And then we have this unnecessary tweet that says, "Love my ass out. Megan Thee Stallion was in the White House with Kamala Harris. I don't think Tony," probably meant Tory, "making it out of jail." And then this. The next time we see Megan, she was dressed in all white as she throws out the opening pitch at the Houston Astros opening day. In the beginning of April, we catch Megan at the CMT Music Awards. Now listen, I acknowledge the stereotypes behind country music, but I have to be that guy. Their biggest consumers are white people. If you don't believe me, go do your own research. So I have no idea what Megan was doing there. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Megan shouldn't support country music or shouldn't listen to it. I don't know what her interests are, but let's just be realistic. Unless it's all strategic, but we'll get back to that in a moment. Recently, she made an appearance on the Elle magazine cover and she looked absolutely beautiful. She was also on the hot list, listing her biggest highlights. So obviously the video is on YouTube, and in the comment section I did see people condemning her for not mentioning the Nicki Minaj collaboration for Hot Girl Summer. I don't even know how these two fell out, honestly. But that's besides the point, because Megan was saving face with her now strawberry blonde hair. Don't come at me saying it's not strawberry blonde. I say what I said, go argue with your friends. I'm joking. She also mentioned Adele, so do we have a collaboration coming? It would be such a great look though. Anyway, she was so vibrant and fun on the segment, it was cute. So remember how I mentioned all these appearances and visits could be strategic? Alright, so by the time Megan went on the hiatus after the trial, it was already a question mark on how it was going to impact her career. It's a given that Tory supporters that used to listen to her will probably boycott her, which will obviously have a negative impact on her sales and streaming numbers for her upcoming projects, considering that Tromazine didn't perform as well as her previous album. Tromazine sold 63,000 units on its first week, whilst Good News sold 100k. Therefore, after taking all these factors into consideration, I believe that her team is strategically putting her in these spaces to garner a new audience. I also see that she's being put into more fashion spaces. Another thing is her look, from the slimmer frame to how she's wearing her hair. And also did come across this one video where this lady mentions that she's noticed that celebrities like Megan and other celebrities too are doing what she calls a glow down to level up. Of course, Megan didn't glow down in that sense, right? This statement should be understood as these ladies are basically embracing their natural side, like less makeup, natural hair, natural bodies. Let's take a look at the influencers and celebrities these days. They're slimming down, removing implants and wearing less makeup, going for the natural look rather. An example are the Kardashians. They are all slimmer than they were a few years back, with less implants. I've also been seeing discussions on how Kendall and friends aren't going all out for Coachella. Another example is Black China. Although her adjustments are mainly done because of her walk with God, but the fact still stands that there definitely is a change to her whole appearance. I mean, another drastic change can be seen with Doja Cat, as she obviously slimmed down. All this for one could be them chasing a new trend, 2 trying to become more quote-unquote relatable, 3 trying to appeal to a newer audience, and 4 they could have genuinely just wanted a new look. Same with Megan, her appeal has changed too. It seems like she's going for that natural soft girl aesthetic, and finally abandoning the wigs with the dramatic baby hairs. I meant to say adult hairs. And whilst we are on the topic about appealing to a new audience, you know about the hair theory, right? That different hairstyles mean you'll be perceived and treated differently in public. In the same way, this concept applies to body types, size more specifically. This isn't in any way to discriminate, but we know that white women commonly have small frames, or are skinny rather, by choice, because that's their aesthetic. And it attracts a certain kind of liking from a particular audience. Same with black women, who tend to be thicker naturally, which also attracts a certain kind of audience. Now, I cannot for sure say that indeed we can expect to see Megan lose more weight in order to appeal to a different audience. But hey, talk about being strategic. And if you kinda lost me, the main point I'm trying to make here is that a new look equals new audience and being perceived differently. And I'm not mad at that if that is indeed what the team is aiming for, because her current supporters and community failed her. They dragged her and condemned her, despite the many times she already mentioned her sentiments and where her mental health stands. Honestly, I'm just glad Megan is back. I'm hoping she can stay away from problematic people and podcasts. And I cannot wait for her new music. Thank you for making it this far into the video. You guys can leave your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. See you guys in the next video.